Hey, fellow target individuals. I just woke up and drove over to my parents' house. They're out of town. I'm going to turn the light on in here because it looks kind of creepy. I just wanted to kind of get physically away from my attacker. He has been burning my heart all night, roasting my heart. I have a weird taste in my mouth. Now it's not just like I can't find any humor in it because, when he was just burning my head and my testicles, that was kind of funny, and I could kind of find humor in it. Now he's called the cops in the last 2 days on me. Once because I drove into my own yard a little bit and made a little divot in the mud, so he called a cop out on that. And then last night I went out just to make sure my corrugated steel was up so he couldn't, shoot microwaves into my house. And he called a cop and they came knocking on my door. Even the cop mentioned privacy fence between us. So, if he gets that privacy fence in there, he will be, walking up and down it with a microwave weapon, shooting into my house. So he's shooting my head and he's shooting in my heart. He gets most of his work done while I'm asleep. He does not sleep at all. He may take a couple hours of sleep and get somebody else to replace him working, but he's shooting specifically my heart. I'll wake up with a weird burning taste in my mouth, and just my chest. I could barely get up this morning. Usually I went to sleep pretty late, probably midnight or 1. So I usually would have slept, a long time, but just when your heart's being burnt, you don't, you can't really sleep. You wake up. Now it's just I think he's going to start calling the cops a lot. And just because he knows I can't tell them what's really going on, because I'll get thrown into a psychiatric unit. I think since I am making the videos, they want to go ahead and make an example out of me. And he's pretty much at the point of the hills have eyes type of stuff where he's retarded and he's just going to burn me and roast me in my house, where he's just completely satanic and just there's no logic or humanity left. Last night when the cop came over, he's he has 2 daughters, and that's the room that he tells them the place where I have the corrugated steel is by their room. So he uses his daughters. He's throwing out his daughters and his wife in front of him. So he's roasting me and microwaving me, watching my every move, even when I come over to my parents' house. If I get on the internet, he shuts down my windows because he's just watching me all the time. It's a scary, the hills have eyes type of thing where it's he's gonna roast me. I'm retarded, and he's keeping his secrets because he's got a lot of secrets, and so he doesn't want me talking about his secrets and why he's doing this, and he wants me to just shut up and die. So it's kind of scary. I woke up this morning. I can't stay at my house. I just don't want to be around him. But I come here and he's watching me. He's watching me. He's got the satellite hookup, the remote neural monitoring. He's hooked into my life, and he's shooting stuff at my heart and roasting my heart. He's got his wife and his kids held captive. He's got us all in all of those houses. He's got us, held hostage. And so now he had a cop come last night to my house. All I did was I went outside and I moved around the corrugated steel just to make sure it wouldn't fall down because it was raining and it was wet. And so I just wanted to make sure that it wasn't falling down. And so I finished doing that, and I walked around just a little bit this way, and I saw him out in his yard, and he had a little lantern, and we just stared at each other. We stared at each other for I don't know, maybe a minute or so, just staring at each other, and he didn't say anything, and I didn't say anything. And I don't want to talk to him. He is a Satan worshiping mongrel. Like, he's a piece of shit. Like, he really is. And he likes killing people. This is what he's doing now. He's killing people. He's using his daughters. Like, he's calling the police, and he's like saying that, that's the room, that's his daughter's room. So I'm scaring his daughters. So he's throwing his wife and his daughters out in front while he's roasting me inside my house. And while nobody believes me, and he's just a family guy. And this is like the worst thing I could ever think of in America. Like, I can't believe that this is happening. And I think what he believes, he's just like, well, I've got good technology, so I got the law on my side. Actually, he has illegal technology. He's a criminal, a satanistic criminal, and he's killing his neighbor for no reason. Like, I have no connection to him. I've done nothing to him ever. Have never done anything. I'm no danger to him. He's a killer. He's a killer person. He's a murderer. But I think in his head, he's so, I guess, retarded. Like, I think he does have some mental retardation. I think he's like, he can act like he's normal, but I think he does. He has some, like, the hills have eyes kind of, like, he's going to kill people. And, like, he has that in his head. So I think he does have some retardation like that. And I think what he thinks in his head is, well, I got the good weapons, and so I can kill him, and it's okay because I'm not going to get in trouble. But he's also throwing his wife and his kids out, like, really, really dishonorable, just dishonorable. And he's ex-Army, so he's very dishonorable. He's, like, throwing, women and children in front of him to burn his neighbor, to burn his neighbor who's not doing anything to him. I'm not doing anything to him. I'm not threatening him. I'm not physically a threat to him. I want to help my family. I want to make money for my family and take care of my family, but he's not going to allow me to do that. He's going to try and kill me and run me out of the neighborhood and then chase me to the next place because his secret cult needs him to do that. If he doesn't do that, he's not manly enough. And he's going to use his wife and his kids to do it too. He's going to use them so that cops are like, wow, he's got a wife and kids, and they'll never believe anything. And I can't say, hey, this guy shoot me with microwave weapons. I mean, right now he's trying to get the EHF. He's trying to get the high-pitched sound around my head. He tried to do that all yesterday. And all I've really got to do is move around my emitters, like keep moving them around so he can't get a bead on that. But I'm getting tired of it. I'm getting tired of the game, and it's all he lives for. He lives for it because he doesn't have a job. He lives on a pension, and this is what he does now. This is what he does. He holds his wife and his kids hostage. He's got one woman in there with him who's like, kill him. And they're just nuts. They're just crazy, and they want to kill a human being. And the guys on the other side, the Latino side, they're willing to kill me too. I think it's just like, I don't know if there's something in the water, or maybe they didn't get enough nutrition as growing up, or they're just in a satanic cult. I think they're just in a satanic cult. And I think these Latino gentlemen, they want to be in that satanic cult. Everybody wants to get something. They want to, if we kill this guy, are we going to get something? Are we going to get money? Are we going to get some connections? Are we going to get to be able to do anything we want to anybody and rape and kill people? I don't understand it because I'm not like that. I smoke some pot. That's what I did to make myself, to cure my Crohn's disease. And then I worry about my family and making money so I'm not a burden on them. So I don't understand this kill people you don't know and use your children to throw out in front of it. I don't understand that. I don't get it. Like, I just don't get it. And I'm not exaggerating here. Like, I wish I was exaggerating, and I wish that, like, this was just really a nice guy and I was blowing it all out of proportion. Because I could fix that. I could just mind my own business like I've been doing, and, he would mind his own business. But I'm not. I'm not exaggerating. This guy, he wants to kill people aggressively, rape them aggressively. That's where he feels his power. And he'll use his kids and his wife, and he'll throw them out in front of it. Like, he's a coward, Satan worshiper. Really evil guy. Really evil guy. He wants to watch me pleasure myself, and then get mad about it because he's trying to watch me. He doesn't want me doing stuff that, his wife and his kids can't watch too. It's just retardation. It's like retardation on a scale, unbeknownst to me. And like, he's killing me. He's gonna roast my heart when I sleep. Like, when I go to sleep, he's like, let's kill him when I go to sleep. It's craziness. It's crazy. And because he can get away with it, that's his guiding star in this, because he's getting away with it. He's like, well, I'm getting away with it, so it's part of the law, and I can do this. I've got good technology. And it's kind of like a Hills Have Eyes. If you've seen that movie where they're big, strong retards, and they can kill the people who come into their territory, so they're going to do it. And it's not much of a choice. It's just they want to eat them. That's kind of like this situation. This guy kind of wants to just eat me. I mean, he's not going to physically eat me, but he feels good out of this. He came out in his backyard and was looking at me like I had done something. Like, he's really that retarded. Like, his mind is really full of just crap. Is full of crap. And because I'm making these videos, he's getting mad because his death cult is going to get mad at him. And so he's got to wipe me out. He's got to wipe me out. They've given my dad an aneurysm. This is bloody stuff. Like, people dying, people being killed in their sleep. And it doesn't mean much to this guy. It just doesn't mean much. I hear him on the microwave hearing, and he's retarded. We got to kill him. He's retarded. He wants to turn it into whatever is in his head, which is pure evil. Like, he doesn't go with what's really happening in the world. He has really evil stuff in his head, and Satanism and killing people, and he's going to bring that out into the world because he's got the superior technology. It's illegal technology. He's completely murdering people and not giving a crap about their rights. I've never done anything to him, nor do I want to do anything to him. I want to be away from him. So I can live my life. It is like a horror movie. I'm trying to live my life and get away from him, and he is just trying to shoot microwave weapons at me all day long. All day long. That's what he did all this weekend. This whole weekend, it's now Monday morning. This whole weekend, I came to my parents' house and watched movies at my parents' house, and he just shot me in the side of the head and in the heart and in the genitals the whole time, and tried to get the EHF, the really high-pitched sound, because this is what he does now. He likes it. He wants to roast somebody alive, and then if I say anything against that, like he's been killing me, so I make a video, he's like, oh, that guy's retarded. He's talking against me, and I gotta kill him. And it's just a point of complete insanity where I have people killing me. I have people killing me and trying to torture me, and he could give a crap that he doesn't know me. He doesn't care about that. It's the opportunity of it. And I think as all you targeted individuals know, it's just the opportunity. These guys, it's a mutiny. There's a bunch of evil guys, and they're in a secret death cult. And if they have an opportunity to kill you, and you're an American just living your life, they're going to do it. They're going to kill you. And I hear the woman on the microwave here and now, and she's like, fuck this guy. They think that, I don't know what they have in their heads, that I have something to do with them. I don't see how they have that in their heads, but they do. They have it in their heads since they've started to try and kill me and have caused so much trouble in my life, and now are trying to get the cops out there all the time because they realize that if I say anything about microwave weapons or anything, I'm going to go back to the psychiatric unit. They want that. They're very evil, dark people. They want evil darkness. They want evil darkness to happen as long as it's not happening to them. I can't imagine it, because if I just mess up somebody's day a little bit, I want to fix that. This guy is not only messing up my life, like screwing it up so I can't just go get a job, he's murdering me. He's murdering me, and I don't know him. Like, I don't know him at all. Like, he's murdering me. And he's using his children to get me in trouble. Like, he's calling the cops out, and he's like, well, this guy's messing with corrugated steel around my children's room. And so, like, it's really creepy. It's really creepy, and kind of, he's a monster. He is a monster. But he looks like a normal person, and he's got a wife and kids. I realized that maybe to get any kind of accreditation or any kind of credit, I'm going to have to get a wife and kids really quick, because I think that's going to, if you're single and somebody has a wife and kids, they're automatically right about everything. The police take care of them, even if they're murdering you, even if they're going around their wife and kids to burn your heart, to just roast your heart while you sleep. While I sleep, that's his prime time, to roast my heart and to rape me in my sleep. But since he has a wife and kids, he's beyond any kind of wrongdoing. He can never. But see, my deal is, he is terrorizing his wife and his kids. He's murdering me in my house. That's extra bad. That's extra bad. Extra bad that he has a wife and kids and is doing this stuff around them. But he doesn't care. He's so evil, he'll continue to do it and use them. And he really has no morals. He has no morals. He has no morals. No morals. I'll say that deadlocked. That is a deadlocked truth. He has no morals. He doesn't have a line that he's not going to cross. He doesn't see other American families and say, I probably need to just leave them alone and not kill them. He says, let the killing begin. It is like a horror movie. Right now he's trying to get that EHF around my head, because I just came to my parents' house to get away from him. But I'm making a video and I'm saying bad things about him. So he's getting mad about that because he watches every moment of my life. It is like a horror movie. It's like a horror movie, and this guy can do anything he wants, and nobody will believe it because of the technology. And y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. And it's evil men who have this technology. It's very evil men who don't care about America. They don't care about human rights in general. They don't care about humans in general. They'll kill us all like we're animals. They believe that since they have this, I guess, advanced technology, that it's just they know the law better, which is just crazy. It's really this advanced technology that cooks people in their houses. It's terror and horror and terrorism. But it's like, I mean, if you can't do anything and you're sitting there and you're like, hey, stop these people from murdering me, and you're just shouting at the wind, and this guy can get things done by massacring you in your house. I guess that's getting things done nowadays, because everything is completely insane. Then he is seen as a community leader, and people are like, kill this guy. He doesn't have any death weapons. He doesn't have any death weapons, and he's dying in his sleep because we're killing him. Fuck him. That's the kind of logic that I'm faced with. I'm definitely faced with that kind of logic, and they'll put me in a psychiatric unit and burn my skull in there. It's very dark horror movie stuff. I've had some faith-based videos. Right now I'm not feeling it, because I've been roasted all night. I was just trying to watch a movie last night, and I went outside just to make sure, because it had rained that day. So I was making sure that my corrugated steel wasn't slipping down or falling over, and the dude just came out and stared at me like a crazy horror movie villain. He had his little lantern, and he just stared at me, and I didn't say anything to him. The guy's a murderer. He's just a gross, evil murderer. And he's using his kids, because the cop came to my door after that, and the cop was like, hey, that's his daughter's room over there, so you might want to not mess with the corrugated steel. and he's like looking in my house, and he's like, "Are you doing some renovation in here?" And he's like, he mentioned something about a privacy fence. So I don't know if that cop was like, one of his little helpers. Didn't seem like it. It seemed like the cop was, the two cops that I saw this weekend that were called by Mr. Murder. They seemed like regular cops. They seemed like they knew something was going on because they just looked at us. They just like listened to everything. They looked at me, looked at him, and were just kind of like, something else is going on here. But they didn't really want to get into it, so they kind of just left. And that's fine. I told the truth. I made a little divot in my own yard, and I guess I made one in his on purpose because he's a dickhead. And it's the only thing I can do is like make a little piece of mud in his yard, and while he kills me, so he'll call the cops on that. He's powerful. He's a powerful guy, and he's going to murder some people, and he's going to use his family to do it. Like, he's going to definitely... he's up right now. He's been up the whole night, and he's up right now, and he'll be up all day, and he's tired. I hear him say this. He's like, "I'm tired. I want to get it finished." And what he means by finishing it is murdering me or shuffling me out to the next place so his next death cult buddy can take over with the weapons and kill me some more and just keep killing me in my life, and I'll have no peace. Forget about like trying to make money and helping my family. It's just, will I live? Will I live through this? I don't know, because they're going for my heart. He's trying to microwave my heart like it's the most horror movie, vicious thing, and he doesn't think much of it. It's just all normal for him. Like, I guess his brain is just retarded. Like, it must be retarded to where, like, horror movie stuff and killing people and using his family in this evil way to, like, get me in trouble, it's fine with him. He's just like, I don't care. He'll kill people and, torture people and maim them, and destroy families. As long as he's destroying his family too, so I don't really get it. I don't get it. Like, he's not protecting his family. He's putting his family in danger. He has a bunch of microwave weapons around them. He has young daughters while he's torturing his neighbor. He's really an evil, stupid guy. But he thinks I'm stupid because I'm the one getting killed. He has these weapons, and he's roasting me alive in my sleep. So I'm stupid to him. I'm the retard to him because he's completely evil, and he thinks that evil is normal, and just being normal and wanting to take care of your family, that is completely insane, and he will not stand for it. He will not stand for it. He wants to have his daughters learn about death and killing neighbors. He wants his wife held hostage. He wants to hold my family hostage after he's given my dad an aneurysm. He could give a crap about that. Like, he doesn't have feelings. Like, he's a murderer. He's like a horror movie murderer. Like, he's a horror movie murderer where he'll kill somebody in a horrible way and kind of just whistle, and he's like crazy. Like, he's crazy. Like, insane. He's an insane, bloody murderer. Like, he really is. Kills people in their sleep. But I guess because he's in a secret death cult, it makes everything... He's got protection and people who will back him up no matter how bad what he does is. No matter if he hurts his own family, he's fine with it because he's the king of the world. He's the king of all of our families, and he's holding us all hostage and raping me and killing me in my house. And, he's a leader in the community because of that. I'm just... I care about the law and taking care of my own family. I don't want to have anything to do with him. Hurting his family is not even on a list that I have made, nor will I ever make that list, where messing with his family or doing anything to him is on that list. But he doesn't care, because if he can do something, he's going to do it. And I think that's the whole do as thou wilt thing. It's like he If he can murder me and hurt my family, he's gonna do it. He doesn't have a problem with it. Doesn't have one single problem with it. He wants to roast people alive. And it's a horror movie. I wake up early in the morning, and I have a weird taste in my mouth because he's been shooting my chest with microwaves. And he is a weirdo. He's a weird murder guy who stares at me when I walk into my yard. And he's just a weirdo, like a real weirdo. But he looks like a normal guy. Like if he's talking to a cop or something, he can string words together and make it look like he's not a complete psycho. Because people don't believe in this stuff. They can't just talk to him and magically know that he has microwave weapons in there and he's a horror movie monster. It's hard when he looks like a normal man. So that's my challenge, is to somehow make people believe so I don't get murdered in my house or move away from there. I've got to get a lot more serious about this. I've been kind of just trying to survive in there, but there's a bunch of psychos after me, and it's a lot of people, and it's a lot of vehicular harassment, and they're crazy. There are some really crazy, I don't know, some kind of death cult where they believe in Satan and killing and chasing people around like animals, and there's lots of them after me. There's lots of them, and they're all getting around me, and they don't have morals. They don't care. They'll watch every second of your life and enjoy it and kind of laugh like, that boy, we're killing him. He's a retard. He's a retard. He said something about living his own life or something like that. Retard. Let's burn his heart. Burn his heart and roast his ears and get that high-pitched sound going. So that's how they are. They can look normal because I guess people don't realize that a lot of people have slid into this Satanism and utter retardation. They don't realize that. So they see it like a person that looks normal, and they have to kind of believe, well, that guy's normal, because what else are they gonna? They're not gonna delve deeply into it. And so that's where that guy is. He can look normal. But he has no soul, and his mind is just melted, just like the people in The Hills Have Eyes. He's retarded where he wants to kill people and eat them. It's really evil. He's really evil. And me making this video and saying he's evil for burning my heart, he's just I hear him on the microwave here, and he's nuts. Yeah. And he's like, yeah, he's nuts, man. And so they're gonna just kill me more. They want this cycle where they can get involved with me and murder me. And they don't care. It's just whatever I say, if I say anything against them, I'm nuts, because they want to murder. They're real dark and evil. I just don't want to have anything to do with them. I want to try and help my family. But since there's already a connection, since he's microwaving me, he doesn't care. I just heard on the microwave, he's like, I don't care. He doesn't care. He'll murder people, and he can look normal. And he's got kids. He's got 2 daughters and a wife, so he can look like a regular man when he talks to cops, and that's all he cares about. And it is a horror movie. It's like those horror movies where it's the stepdad or whatever is really evil, but the cops come out and talk to him, and it's just he's this guy joking around with them, but then it's when the cops leave, oh, he's back on the murder patrol. He's gonna murder you in your sleep. It is exactly like those horror movies, and I never thought that I would be living in a horror movie, but I am. And I think you other targeted individuals know exactly what I'm talking about. We are living in a horror movie where these people are acting like they're normal, and they are roasting people in their sleep. And because I don't have murder weapons, so I don't have any power, and that's what a lot of people, not the normal people involved in this, the normal people are helpless. That's what I found out. The good people that are normal, they're helpless. They can't do anything. Me included. We don't know how to deal with this. we're given murder scenarios and murder weapons, and people are throwing their children out in front of the cops to like make some normal guy look like evil. He makes me look evil, and then he roasts me in my sleep, and now he's got the high pitched sound going in my ears, and he'll have that all day long because he doesn't have a job. He doesn't have a job, and so it's like I've watched normal people and good people. They don't know what to do. They're done. They're done. My mom's like, "What do you want me to do? What do you want me to do? I can't do anything." But this guy, he knows exactly what to do. He's living in a horror movie where he can talk to the cops and be like, "Yep, that boy, he put a divot in my yard," and then roast my heart all night long. So he knows exactly where he belongs in this. Right by Satan's side, killing good Americans. And, if we say anything against it, he's like, "That guy's saying stuff against me. I'm going to kill him more." It's this crazy, crazy horror movie. It is a crazy horror movie. Sorry if that's negative. That's the name of this video. It's going to be Crazy Horror Movie because that's what it feels like. I've driven all the way across town to my parents' house because they're in Florida, and I just want to get away from him. And he remotely and by satellite is monitoring me. If I do anything that he does not like, he'll say I'm crazy, and he's got people in the house, and this is normal to them now. They've been doing it for so long that watching somebody naked and watching them go across town and torture them while they do it is normal. Like they'll follow me my whole life if they can. They'll follow me my whole life and feast off of my pain. And when there's any questions about it, he'll throw his daughters and his wife out in front of it, to get cops from sniffing around, to stop them from sniffing around. It's really awesome. It's awesome. Like, I'm a good American. I don't want to have anything to do with this guy. I've never hurt his family. I've never done anything to him. But he has aggressively, remotely monitored me and used a satellite to watch me naked and molest me and rape me, and then use microwave weapons to burn me. He's done all this, and this is America. I live in America. This guy is doing it, and through the years, and before this I had other people doing it, and they're all part of the death cult where they act like this is normal. So America's different now. America is different, and you've got these guys who look like they're normal family members. I think this guy actually has a family to do stuff like this. Like, he's put into place, he has a family, he doesn't care about them at all. But so when his death cult asks him to do stuff like this in society, he's able to do it. And he has a wife and kids set up so that he looks like the good guy. And I don't have that stuff because I didn't know that this was the death game of the century. I thought living in America was like you could help your family and get a job, and if you weren't dangerous, then everything was all good. I had no idea that there were predatory rapists, killers in society that belonged to some club and actually had families just for show, just in case they were questioned by police. Did not know that. That is a surprise to me. But that is true. That there are people like that. It is horrible. It is horrifying. I mean, this is a very satanic guy, and he wants to massacre people, and basically, I guess he wants to ritually sacrifice people, and I think it powers him up. He gets power from it. He may not even know what he's doing. I mean, I think he does. I think he's in a death cult where it's like they sacrifice people in his death cult, and then he comes out and he brings it out into America. And since he's got a family, he is, without question, an okay guy because he's got his family in front of him. It's sick. I mean, and he is doing this to me in my house, so and I don't mention his name or anything. So I mean, I should mention his name. I should give you his phone number. I should give everybody his phone number, but I'm not. And so he could maybe experience some of the hell that he's given me, and it'd be like just a percentage of the hell that he's burning my heart and like trying to get this high pitched sound around my head all day long to torture me all day long. I don't know what to do at this point because nobody believes me. I'm going to have another appointment tomorrow with my post-traumatic stress counselor who's trying to convince me that I'm schizophrenic. And then I have people leaving comments that's like, oh, this guy's just a normal guy. And you would see that if you met him. This is happening. Like, I don't know what to tell anybody, but this is happening. It's happening where this guy is trying to murder me. He's trying to murder me slowly and move me out of my private property. These people exist in America. They're horror movie villains, and they exist in America. And it's like I can sit here, like I'm going to go back to my house now. I'm going to move my emitters, and he's going to move his stuff because this is what he does all day long. So it's like for me to sit here and play around with him sucks. I don't want to do it. But this is what he does all the time. So if I move my emitters and he's got to move everything around, he doesn't care because this is what he does. This is what he wants to do. It's just like what he wants to do with his life. Me, I want to do other things. I don't want to do this with him. I don't want to know him. I don't want to even think about him. I want to live in my house and him live in his house and not murder me. And that's what I want. But he, like, since he's murdering me and he has that power to rape and murder, this is what he does all the time. So if I move my emitters, like, I can move them and stop what he's doing right now. But then he's, like, since he does this all the time, he doesn't care. Because this is, like, his job. This is his job to murder people and rape them and have power over them. And that's what he feels is a good thing in life. Like, he looks like a normal person, though. He looks like an average guy with a family. He has a family. He doesn't care about them. Doesn't care about them 1%. Does not give a damn about them. Does not give a damn about my family. He uses them, and I think these people do. They grow families, and they get into neighborhoods, and then when their death cult comes and asks them to do their duty, they do it. They're sick fucks. They relish, killing Americans and roasting them and raping them. Anything that's like abnormal and just real weird and like rape and just bloody murder where you're taking somebody's rights away. These guys like that. They like that because they're like, that's power. I get power over this guy. I have the technology. So I guess it's somewhat like maybe the first Americans felt like over the Indians. They had guns and stuff like that, and they were like, haha, it really wasn't the nice thing to do, but they were like, we have power over them, and we're going to kill them, and, give them diseases and all that stuff. So it's a new form of that. So these guys have some good technology to rape and to roast people in their homes with. This guy, he wants to do it all the time. Like, this is his life. It's his life. Not his family, his daughters, his wife. He'll use them when he calls cops over and stuff like that. He'll use them, but they're not his life. He doesn't care about them. This is his life. Roasting people and torturing them and saying, oh, fuck this guy. And when somebody doesn't have anything to do with him, that's his life. It's his life, not his family. He could give a shit about them. And I'm really serious about that. Like, I know he'll come back on me for this, for making a video that has nothing to do with him and that is in my parents' house across town. But he's remotely monitoring all this and satellite watching me all the time. So I don't see what moving out of the house is going to do. Moving out of the house, he's just going to be able to remotely monitor me to the next place and then kind of get some people around me over there. So my whole life is just at the whim of this murder. This guy gets to just murder me. Nobody can help me. Nobody, all the good people are like, what do you want us to do? And he knows what to do every second of the day, murder Americans. That's what he wants to do every second of the day, and use his kids and his wife to throw out in front of him while he murders Americans. That's what he's decided to do in life, and I'm glad that I can be connected to that. I don't know him. I don't want to know him. I want to live my own life, but I'm glad that he can ruin my life, because nobody believes me. Nobody will help me, but they'll help him. Everybody in the neighborhood, they're willing to help him, and then when he throws some kids and a wife in front of some cops, they'll help him. He'll murder people and lie and be satanic, but they'll help him when he throws some kids and a wife out in front of him. So I guess I need to get a wife and kids real quick, so I can have some kind of credibility with this system that is just roasting my heart and breaking my heart. I thought people were good. Like, I live in America. What is this? Like, this is America, and this guy is killing me in my sleep and throwing his family in front of cops to lie. Like, I thought I lived in America.